behind the scenes. Got a great episode for you guys today. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter one. Got to go at 6:30, but we're going to talk about some different stuff. So if you guys don't know, we got the blood work special going on this week, the Olympia blood work special. So you don't have to be a patient to take advantage of the blood work special. You can be, somebody that wants to check on their blood work, see how their hormones are and stuff like that. I'm going to go over all this stuff. What's up, Big Drew, my man? Sammy Joe, I want to get with you on doing some of these podcasts and stuff like that. Sharice told me about it, so let me know. Vox, what's going on? Melissa Elizade in the house. What's going on? I'm going to tell your sister what you're up to. Hope all is well. That's funny, right? That's Meech's sister. I hope all is well. All right, so what's up, guys? Titan Talk Tuesday officially on and popping. So let's talk about some of these different things out there. I'm sorry, guys. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode for you guys. Usually the episode goes for an hour or at least 45 minutes, but usually it's an hour. So today I got to go out by 6:30. So short time, cover a lot of good stuff out there. Nick Fletcher, Brian, B-Dub, what's going on? Hey, what's up, Joe? What's going on? How are you guys out there? Are you guys out there on Facebook and everywhere out there? Thank you guys for tuning in. Miguel, what's going on? Are you going to come by the office this week? Please let us know. We'll make sure we take care of you in every way, shape, or form, man. And he'll give us some free Titan gear for coming by. Get you a t-shirt and everything like that. Ants Tusa, what's going on? How are you doing? I hope you're having a great week so far. All of you guys. Big Drew bought his first badge. Thanks, Drew. Thank you guys for all supporting with the badges out there, too. Let's Instagram know that you guys want to see more of me and stuff like that, and you guys are interested. I appreciate everything you guys do out there, and you guys always join in with me week in and week out. What's up, Cordello Johnson? What's going on? So let's talk about the special of the week, because I want to get right to it for you guys. I only got a limited amount of time. I got 20 minutes. I'm going to answer all your guys' questions you guys have, too, as well. So, guys, we service nationwide in blood work, which we're going to talk about the blood work special. We can talk about, vital organs, hormones in there, vitamin deficiencies, amino acid levels, all different things. STD testing, food allergy sensitivity testing, and a lot more just through blood. But we do hormone replacement therapy for males and females, right? We do medical weight loss for males and females, vitamin amino acid injectable therapies, which are custom blends that only Titan Medical Center creates for their patients. You won't find them anywhere else, even if the other people try to do a little knockoff thing. They can never get the exact same thing, so God bless. Now, libido enhancers for males and females too as well, because, hey, listen, we all like that. We all like that kind of pleasure, and we all make sure our partners are taken care of too as well, so we can help you out there. What's up, Jess Korea? What's going on? Titan Tuesday in full effect. I appreciate you tuning in too as well. All right, so we also do rejuvenation detox, IVs. If you're in the Tampa area, we can hook you up with that. A number of different things. Peptides, weight loss peptides, healing peptides, which I'm using myself right now. If you guys can see this gnarly burn I had under here, it's healed really quick. We have also another Titanette that got burned really bad all over her body, and she's been using BPC 157, TB 500, and she is healing very quickly. Even her doctor said something like, hey, listen, what are you doing right now? Because you're healing very quickly and very good. So hopefully we'll have all those progress pictures and videos for you guys to see. So we do all this nationwide for you guys. So let's talk about the blood testing. So right now we have a blood work special. Olympia weekend's coming up. That's a pretty big weekend in fitness industry, health industry, bodybuilding and such. And I want to throw out a special, not just for people that are in the fitness industry, but for everybody out there. And I think it's a big thing for everybody to get their blood tested because, we don't know what's going on sometimes on the inside. And we might be having symptoms that we don't even realize that we're having, or things that are going on that we just think they're normal, and they're really not. So that's what the blood testing is there for, to really check out, see what's going on in there, and make sure that, listen, you're healthy, you're running your body at optimal levels, and everything's good, right? That's the main thing. It gives you a peace of mind, too. So this blood work special, usually for males, it's $200. We're knocking this down to $130 for all males out there. And this, somebody asked me like this, like, what tests are covered in there? So it covers everything from a CMP, a CBC, a PSA, a cholesterol panel, a full cholesterol panel, a lipid panel with DIF, that's what it's called. We also have a full thyroid panel with TSH, T3, T4, free and total testosterone ranges, progesterone ranges, estradiol ranges, B12 ranges, and IGF-1 ranges. So it's a huge, very in-depth testing as far as males go. For females, it's usually $300. We're knocking it down to $200 for you guys. And for you females out there, the main question is Why is it more expensive? It's more expensive because there's more hormone testing on your panels. For females, it's a little bit more trickier to dial you guys in, and we might have to look at a couple more things. So at that point, you're getting everything that the male testing's getting, except for PSA, because you guys don't have prostates. But we're adding on a DHEA in there and a total estrogens. We need to look at these different things for females to make sure you guys are dialed in correctly, right? Thank you guys. Fitness DMK, my man. I appreciate you. What up, Titan family? And thank you for getting the badge. I really appreciate that. Illmatic, what's going on? 31-mile bike race Saturday. That's awesome. That's really, really good. As a fighter, I'm stoked about BPC 157, Vox said. So, yeah. So, if you guys follow Jessica Black Widow, she's one of my Titan athletes out there. She's been using BPC 157 and TB500 to recover, from light injuries. She's got fight camps. She just had a really big fight with Bellator in London. So at that point, she's another one. I have a ton of athletes that use it, plus me, myself. I really won't back something unless I take it and I say, listen, I can really get some benefit from this. This could really help people. BPC 157, definitely. TB500 goes right along with it. Those two therapies, game changers. I sort of lean towards BPC 157 sometimes more because I tried it by itself originally when TB500 we weren't able to get it from pharmacies, and it helped me big time. And then when I used TB500 on some of the injuries I had, it helped even more. So at that point, I really do like the combination. If I had to pick one or the other, I'd probably go BPC 157, but it really depends on what's wrong too, or what injury you have, because TB500 is better for some, right? And it has a little bit of better mechanism as far as going through the body because it's systemically, right? So it works systemically through the body. So you can inject in one place and you know it's going to get all the way through. Where BPC 157 is usually site injected or closest to the near area. Okay, it's a good deal for an extensive panel. Absolutely, it's a really good deal for an extensive panel for sure, 100%. That's why we are the best in the country as far as blood work, especially. I make sure that the panels are the most inexpensive panels in the country, even if you want to just get a single test. So let's say, you just want to retest free and total testosterone. We can do that easily for $25. There's nobody out there that's doing that for blood work, all right? That just is what it is. So we can test all these different things for you guys. I want to make sure people are understanding, what it is to be healthier, to be able to look at some of these different things and understand some of the blood testing they're taking instead of just saying, all right, doc, hey, how am I looking? You're healthy as a horse. You have no idea what blood test he ran on you. He just telling you you're healthy as a horse, and you're taking that, and you're like, oh, some doc said I'm healthy as a horse. But what does that mean, right? And what are the tests that they ran on you, too? Are they really running in-depth testing on you? Probably not. Hey, how bad is it to take a break from ACG? My hours got cut at work, so I have to get my money up, but I'm scared it's going to mess up my whole process. And I'm sorry about them cutting your hours. Don't worry. I'll make sure that we work something out for you so you don't have to immediately take a break from HCG. Now, listen, it's not bad. Now, especially if you've been on HCG for a while, it's okay. You can take, maybe 30 days off. And like I said, maybe substitute the other ones and kind of go harder on some of these other ones and then come back onto HCG and go into that calorie deficit, right? But don't worry. Either way, we'll make sure we work out something for you so you're good, all right? I want to make sure all my people, especially my people who support me day in and day out on here, listen, I'm going to make sure that we take care of you guys. I'm really in it to help people. I really do want to help people. And I want to make sure you guys are taken care of too, right? All right, someone on TRT able to get HCG? Of course. So Vox, so that's really what it is. If you come to the Titan Medical Center, we want to make sure you guys are getting all the benefits, especially guys, from testosterone replacement therapy. And with that, there's going to be other medications you probably have to take. One is going to probably be an estrogen blocker, right? Two is going to be some gonadal support, some add-back therapy. And usually that's HCG. HCG is becoming rarer and rarer these days because of the laws put in place. There's only a couple pharmacies out there that can still compound HCG. And even if we said, listen, let's get a commercial, right? Because there's big companies that make it like Pregnol and stuff like that. But with that shortage on the compounding side, it's put a shortage on the manufacturer side, and you can't even get it. Even if you had a script, go to Walgreens, CVS, it's on back order. So it's really a bad thing, but yes, we can definitely help that out too. And if you're on HRT or TRT with us as a male, you're definitely going to be on that. I know some people are hypersensitive to get it and get testicular atrophy from TRT. So this happens more commonly than you know. let's talk about this real quick. So with this, when you start taking testosterone or you start introducing these things, what happens is your brain and your body are not dumb. They're very adaptive. They're going to recognize that you're getting this from an outside source. And at that point, what's going to happen is there's a signal that goes from your brain to your testicles. And when you introduce this outside source of, let's say, testosterone, it's going to pick this up. And the brain is going to send a message down to the testicles and saying, listen, we don't need you. It's going to shut off the signal. So what happens to the testicles at that point? They start going through atrophy. With that, it's kind of like a muscle going through atrophy, right? It's going to get smaller or shrink. And that's exactly what your testicles do. And that's your balls out there for you guys that don't know that. It's going to shrink. And your semen production is going to lower. So at that point, you're going to produce less semen. And that's where the myth about becoming infertile when you're on testosterone. You don't become infertile when you're on testosterone, just so you guys know this. You'll be able to get people pregnant. The only thing the difference is the volume of semen that you're going to produce. And that point, that's going to maybe take your chances away of getting pregnant or not getting pregnant. It's a big question I get a lot of the time. A lot of people have this question, or a lot of people think of the myth. That, hey, listen, if I take testosterone, I'm going to be infertile, so I can just do whatever I want, right? I don't have to worry about getting nobody pregnant or anything like that. Trust me, I know guys out there that have thought this and did it to the wrong girl pretty much, that they didn't want to be around after they did the business. And they're in a bad situation now. So things like this can happen all the time out there, guys. So just be aware of that, right? Whatever, do I love you guys. You're welcome, man. We definitely got you, man. You're part of the Titan family. We're going to make sure we take care of you. I'm definitely for the people, Omatic, for sure. Thank you very much. But, yeah, so that's what's going to happen. So you want to make sure you have gonadal support. At that point, you're not going to have your testicles shrink, so your balls are going to shrink, and you're going to have great semen production. And for a lot of people out there that are older, like, listen, I don't care about getting girls pregnant or anything like that. Well, we're going to make sure your testicles don't shrink, because even when your testicles shrink, it doesn't feel good. That tightness down there does not feel good. And, if you're with your partner or your wife, your girlfriend, they're going to want to see or feel some sort of volume of semen probably, because they're going to ask a question to you like, listen, what are you doing out there? Why is this happening and all that? And then you got to explain all that. And that's not fun, or you might not know how to explain it. All right, send me a greeting, please. My name is Pamela from House. I love you. You are handsome. All righty. I don't think Sharice would like that, but much love out there to everybody out there. That's all good info. Getting people preggo. Imagining raising a super army of genetic freak children. I would like to make, super soldiers. Super soldiers, like Captain America, all American, baby. And, we can be able to have, good ethics, morals, and be a super soldier, right? That'd be the best thing. What is the meaning of life? Wow. The meaning of life, that can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people out there, right? I think the meaning of life is being a good person, helping people, family first, health, and, basically, doing whatever you want to do that makes you happy, that's not hurting people, right? Or putting people down or ruining your health. So whatever that is, people have to define that themselves. I think a lot of people have a lot of different definitions of what the meaning of life is, right? So it's really on you guys. Did you see KGS's commercial? No, I did not. I don't even know what KGS means. I'm sorry. Meaning of life is to add meaning to life. Yes, for sure. Trina Queen, what's going on out there? Hope you're well. All right, Vox, what's going on? Sabalos, how you doing? Sam, what's going on? Dr. Kevin Power Lawyer, what's going on? All right, so let's talk about blood testing still, right? So, and then James, I'll answer your question about HGH. I got about 9 minutes with you guys. So, with blood testing, like I said, it's a big, big thing just to know that you're healthy. The second thing is to make sure everything's running at optimal levels. And let's talk about hormones. When we look at hormones, we want to make sure that these hormones are optimal. And give an example. Let's just give an example of guys. Testosterone, because that's a pretty well talked about one out there, and people are becoming more educated about it. And there's a lot more people going on hormone replacement therapy. There's a lot more doctors getting into doing it. So when we talk about hormones and we talk about testosterone in particular, testosterone, we work with two different types of testing: free testosterone or total testosterone. And the reason we look at total is because that's what's in your reservoir. And then we look at free, that's what you're utilizing out of that reservoir. So they got to both be good, okay? I see some that are off balance. One total is good, the free sucks. And then they have the symptoms of low testosterone because they're not utilizing it. Or opposite effect. Reservoir is good, or excuse me, reservoir is bad, and free testosterone is good. So they're not getting the symptoms as much, but they are getting some. Better days than not. Libido's okay, but everything else is not working. Brain fog, metabolism slowing down. They can't keep on lean mass, having fat deposits and such. So that's another side of it. So we want to look at both testing, okay? Now, when we look at reference ranges for males, let's just talk about males first, and then we talk about females. Reference ranges for a male, as far as the total testosterone, is 216 to 946. So when we look at this level, right, it's actually 246 to 916, excuse me, it's backwards. When we look at the level, and guys talk about this all the time, and like, hey, listen, can I use insurance and stuff like that? So when we test a male, and let's say you come back at 247, this is an 18-year-old all the way to a 60-year-old man, and that test comes back at a 246, or let's say it's 247, 1 point above. But if it's at a 246, which is the end of the baseline, at the low end, insurance companies are not going to cover testosterone replacement therapy. Usually general practitioners are not going to prescribe testosterone replacement therapy because you're within normal range. Even if you're having symptoms and stuff like that, like I'm feeling older, I'm tired, libido sucks, I feel depressed, I shouldn't be depressed. They're going to give you antidepressants, they're going to give you libido enhancers like Viagra, Cialis. They're going to tell you to drink some coffee. And that's just is what it is. So, you really want to look at this. Now, if you're 30 years old and you're at a 246 or 247, you're feeling really bad, and you shouldn't feel like that. That's why you want to get those ranges up into optimal ranges, and it will change the game for you. It will change quality of life for you. That's the big thing. Just with that, right? For females, it's like 0 to 40, 0 to 44, depending on which lab you go to, Quest or LabCorp. Same thing. If it comes back as a 1, because it's 0 to 40 or 0 to 44. That means if you come back at a 0, they're going to treat you. If you come back at a 1 or 2, they're probably not. These are the different things you guys got to look for, and that's why we're here. And that's what happens to a lot of people out there. So just remember this, that's why. And you want to make sure that somebody's really dialing your hormones too as well. Somebody that came to me yesterday, they were a patient and stuff like that, traveling, and they're like, listen, call the office and you get a refill. Well, they're past their date of blood testing. We do blood testing at least every 6 months on people, just to make sure, or even more, depending on what's going on. But we want to make sure we're monitoring them correctly. Red blood cell count ain't high, hemoglobin's not high, hematocrit's not high. Everything's dialed in like it should. And we say, listen, you're way past your date for your blood testing. Well, I don't need blood testing. I'm a nurse. It doesn't matter if you're a nurse or not, right? You need blood testing. We want to make sure you're monitored, nothing happens. We take the liability in that. We're not doing that. Sorry. So like, I'll go to such and such clinic and they won't even make me take a blood test. Did you just hear what you said? They're going to prescribe you testosterone or hormones and stuff like that, and they're not even going to blood test you of where you're at? That's pretty stupid, guys. It does not sound good. And especially if you're in the medical field, you understand some of these different things. And then you're like, all right, so basically you're just going to go to somebody that's going to give you this stuff, which is a controlled substance. And at that point, not monitoring you, so really doesn't care what's going on or what happens to you. It doesn't sound good, guys. So think about what you're saying when you say something like that, because if you say, I don't care, well, we're talking about your health. So really you should care, right? And we're not doing anything that's crazy. We want to make sure we're monitoring you. So, if you really care about your health and really care about getting optimal and being monitored, that's what we're going to do for sure, 100%. Yes, superhero me all day. Trina, definitely, for sure, 100%. All right, adequate in the house. Jessica, I was just talking about you. I hope you're feeling better. She got burned really, really bad, and I think those peptides are definitely helping. And my burn is healing really quick too, so I'm right there with you. Anything else out there? Oh, Kevin Garnett's commercial. I haven't seen it, but I'm going to look at it and then join me Friday with Titan Lifestyle Big Drew, and we'll talk about it. Kevin Garnett's new commercial. Interesting. What's going on out there? Guys, I got about 3 minutes for you guys. All right, so let's talk about, if you guys got more, is no, it doesn't make you weak. If you're going through girls all day, that's not going to make you weak, all right?
You'll be Rocky, remember?
Yeah.
Women weaken men's legs.
Yeah. No, you'll be good. Is it dangerous to have total and free way over the top end of the reference range for long periods of time? Not really. Nobody's really going to get hurt by that. Now, listen, like for example, if you take like 300 milligrams of testosterone, depending on when you take it and when you take the blood test, it's going to differ too, right? Because listen, if you take testosterone in 1 or 2 days, you go in, it might peak and you're going to be at the highest point. But no, it's not going to. Now listen, if you're taking super physiological amounts of testosterone, 600, 800, 1,000 milligrams a week, higher than that, you might be looking at some different health issues down the road. Not to say that it does, for sure, because I know plenty of guys that have done this for long, extended periods of time. 60 years old, they're still alive. So they're still alive, they're still kicking, and we're doing this. I would not recommend doing that, for sure, 100%. But medical doses, I think, are going to be good. And some of those ranges are a little bit higher. And just to throw this out there, 5 years ago, LabCorp's reference range was up to 1150 at the total. Now it's down to 916. So we've dropped over 200 and something points, right? Why? And we know that before, if you can look up all this information, that testosterone levels were a lot higher before for males. And they've gradually lowered through the years. That's why we produce so many snowflakes out there now. It's just ridiculous. And I hate to use that word too because it's a trendy word, but we're not the manly men that we were before. I don't know why. The alpha man is almost, it's an endangered species right now, for sure, 100%. And I think that has to do with hormones. I think it has to do with a lot of medications suppressing hormones or bringing them down. All right, so I got 1 more minute for you guys. Make BBC, vitamin E, in a spritz bottle. I'll try. You can put the BBC in there after you see. You're not going to be able to put vitamin E and BBC 157 together. Let me tell you why, Attic Queen. I thought about this because Art asked me about it earlier when you text in. So vitamin E is oil-based. BBC 157 is not. It's water-based, right? Because when you dilute it, it's with bacteriostatic water. So you can't do that. And vitamin E won't spray if it's an oil, right? So that's why you usually see it in gel tabs and stuff like that. It's oil-based, just like vitamin D. It's oil-based, right? So you're not going to be able to put those both together. Water and oil, no good, right? So it's not going to be able to spray out of that bottle. Now, BPC 157, definitely. And what I would do with mine is with this burn, I tested it, and I sprayed it on with a little needle, like the little insulin needle, just a couple of units, like 30 units on there, and it worked really, really well for me. So that might be something that you want to look into, 110%, right? All right. Well, I love you guys. You do everything correctly, and that's why the value is worth it. Why it comes out of y'all. Yeah, it definitely is. I appreciate that, Vox. A lot of people don't think about that. They're talking about their health, but they don't really mean it. Do you work with HGH? So we don't work with HGH, human growth hormone. The reason is it's highly looked down, prescribed by the DEA, and it's not supposed to be prescribed for anti-aging, injuries, or sports purposes. It's supposed to be prescribed for like dwarfism or adult growth hormone deficiency disorders. So at that point, you got to go through a whole bunch of testing, so we just don't do it. So basically what we do is we have IGF-1 treatments, which is way better in my mind. You're starting the race and going directly to the finish line and getting all those great things. It's like quarter the price too. Or CJC 1295 and Perelin, or MK677 is a really good one, but it will make you hungry. Ramadan, you have that dream, baby. You get those 4 girls. You make sure they cook, clean, do everything you want, man, for sure. It's all the man buns. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. IFBB Pro, Celia Bikini. What's going on out there? I hope everything is well with you. If I see you guys, listen, Olympia this weekend. I will see you down in Orlando. The whole Titan crew, we got a huge 20x20 booth. The Lambo's got its own 20x20 booth. We are going to have a ton of giveaways out there. Booth 404, Friday, Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. I can't wait. It's going to be a great, great weekend, for sure, 100%. Does BPC 157 need to be refrigerated, and can you take it in your muscular? So BPC 157, after it's diluted, needs to be refrigerated, and at that point, it can be shot intramuscular, but I would shoot it subcutaneous, closest to the area. So if you have a burn, not in the burn, but closest to the area that you possibly can, and at that point, it will work very, very well for you, whatever it is. Thank you guys for all joining me for Titan Talk. I appreciate you. Can I travel with Try Me with just an ice pack in my checked luggage? Absolutely, Fitness DMK. I actually made a video that's on our Instagram, on YouTube about traveling with your medication. I'm going to do a new one. Dan Wheeler in the house, my man. But at that point, I'll make an updated one. But there's a video on YouTube about traveling with your medication. And it shows the ice packs and how I do it. Real simple process. I travel all over the world with my medications. Even the non-cold ones. My bag, literally, guys, has 3 big Ziplocs full of medications. They've never stopped. And full of needles. I bring at least 100 to 150 needles with me on vacation, depending on how many days I'm there. Because I'm taking almost like 10 shots a day. So I need those needles. So at that point, I bring those with me in my backpack. And anything cold, you watch the video how I wrap it up, put it in a couple plastic bags because of the condensation and everything like that. Pack the ice packs in there. You'll be good for 24 to 48 hours, baby. No problem. All good. All right? I come back in on the 20th to get restarted. Dan Wheeler's going to come back. My man, dude. We're going to get you back on track, dude. My dude, man. I got some cool new Titan gear for you, too, Dan. Thanks for helping me out, guys. Be in touch. Have a great one. I appreciate you, Vox. Thank you guys for all joining in. All right, guys. I got to go. I appreciate you guys. I was going to talk about Facebook explaining the outage. I'm sure all you guys knew about Instagram and Facebook and all these things going down yesterday. Just really, really crazy. I wonder why. The other thing is you can now consume and cultivate non-commercial psychedelics without arrest in Seattle. Think about that. You can grow your own shrooms. You have LSD. You have all this great stuff. No problem. No arrest. No nothing. Kind of scary, right? Marijuana, I can see. We start taking a lot of psychedelics and people get behind the wheel or start, I don't know. I think that psychedelics are a good thing and it can be used properly medically. But I think there should be some sort of regulation to a certain extent. Even if it's like a dispensary and stuff like that, I think we need to look at these things. So guys, have a great rest of your week. I'll be here on Friday with, not here, but I'll be in Orlando. Titan Lifestyle Big Drew will be on location in the host hotel of the Olympia. Guys, come out and see us. Olympia, all right? This weekend, we'll be there the 8th and 9th at the Expo all day long from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Titan booth 404, huge booth. You won't miss us. When you walk in, right to the left-hand side. I'm John from Titan, guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you guys next Tuesday for Titan Talk Tuesday, and I'll see you this weekend for Olympia. I'm going to go live. We're going to have our Titan Lifestyle Big Drew Friday. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in Orlando. If not, you're going to see all the great footage from